It's Gabrielle Nicolay from SpeechKids, where we teach little kids to talk and help parents understand their little kids. And today we're going to talk about how social distancing might impact your child's development. And here's the short answer. Maybe not very much, particularly if you have a child who is 3 or younger. And here's what I mean. You, the parent, are really everything that your child needs under the age of 3. Now, there's not some kind of magic line at age 3, so I'm dividing this for purposes of, I don't know, ease of use, okay? And we are going to talk about, in just a second, I'll talk about if your child is older than 3. But for 3 and under, really what they need is a dedicated caregiver who has time and energy for them. And so if that's you, congratulations. You are now the primary caregiver of a small child who takes up a lot of your time. And so there are other issues obviously involved if you have a job, if you have other children, if depending on how life works in your family. But in terms of how does social distancing, how does not being able to see other people impact your 3-year-old? Not very much. And so just, there are lots of other things to worry about right now. Take that off your plate, okay? But let's talk about kids who are older than 3, because some of these guys are really craving peer interaction. And so that is where things get a little bit challenging. Now, I will tell you, until kids are like 6 even, and I know that seems old to some of you, they don't need a lot of peer interaction either. If they've got siblings, you're dealing with peers. If they've got a neighbor that they can play in the yard with, or be outside and social distance that way, that's going to help in terms of that peer interaction. But they don't actually need very much of it. And I know that seems super counterintuitive because our society is really geared toward thinking that kids need to be socialized with each other and that they learn from each other, and they do. I'm not saying they don't. But the importance of that interaction for brain development is not as much as we think it is. Okay, so again, some of this is solving one problem to bring up another. And we'll talk about that in a later video, because sometimes, kids who are used to going to daycare, for example, they want to go back. They don't want to be at home all the time because they're used to something else. And so we'll talk about that in a later video. But until then, I just, how will social distancing affect your child? Probably not very much. Okay, until next time, take care. Bye-bye.